This is your first official season as a captain. How has it been so far, and how do you find it has either changed your game or changed the way you lead the team or maybe talk to your other teammates?
It's a big honor and that comes big responsibility. So, I'm a guy that I try to lead. Older or younger doesn't matter. Just try and give 100% work ethic every time I hit the ice, and even in the locker room. Just be a positive presence for everyone, and just be a good person, no matter if it's hockey related or life related.
Now, it's interesting you say life related because you are 18, which actually is a big difference from most of the 16-year-old players. That 2-year gap can be huge, not even on the ice, but outside of the rink. Do you find that it changes the way you lead your team?
I wouldn't say it changes. We do have a young team, but we do have the older guys too. So, I'm still learning from the older guys, and I can take what I learned from them and give it to the younger guys. So, it's a good thing in Ottawa. We have a big age difference. So, I wouldn't say it changes how I lead. I'm just always going to be a good person, no matter if they're down on themselves or on a high note. I'm there to talk to them and let them know everything's good.
Specifically speaking, you said that you have learned stuff from the older guys. Can you name anything off the top of your head that sticks with you when you are maybe leading this team? It hasn't been the greatest season. It's been a tough season at home. Can you think of anything that you have taken from other guys that you try and put forward?
Yeah, starting even when I was my first 16-year-old year, you have guys like Brendan Bell who've been in the league for a long time, Eric Bradford. Even Travis Connecting, he's only a year older than me, but he's playing in the NHL right now, so we still keep in touch. It's just a process where you learn something new every day. Even guys like Martinet, who he's picked up, Memorial Cup champion, so he knows what it takes to win a championship. And just learn from what he says and how his team won, and it's little things from Marty. So, it's over the years I've learned a lot, and it's nice to have that.
Well, before Chris Martinet came to the team, you were actually the only one on the team who was NHL drafted. He is as well. Does that, do the two of you kind of help some of the younger players that have the potential to be drafted this year, coming up in June?
Yeah, we have a lot of high-end prospects right now on our team, and guys like Sash or Austin or Noel, they're going through it. It's a tough year. You're thinking so much about the draft, but I try and let them know, just be kids, have fun. I'm only a couple months older than you guys, but you know what? I'm here for you. Just enjoy this process. It's a fun year. When you get picked, it's the best feeling in the world. But even if you don't, you look at the guys in the NHL who haven't been drafted, who are huge contributors in the NHL. So it's just I'm there to help them. Tell them what I learned from my NHL experience and camps and whatnot. So yeah, it's a big honor to be drafted, and I like to give out what I learned.
Well, like you said, you are only a few years older, or a few months even, for some of these guys, almost like a bigger brother. And we were talking about family right before we went to camera, your cousin and your uncle. We'll start with your uncle, Andrew Castles. I mean, I know him from the Habs, obviously, but he played 1,000 games in the NHL in the 90s, and I have a list. I mean, he played at the Habs, the Whalers, the Flames, the Canucks, Columbus, and the Capitals. Do you ever talk to him? Do you get any advice from him?
You know what? 1,000 games is a huge honor. It's really, really hard to do that. So, he's a professional, obviously, and he did what it takes to win, or to make it. Sorry, but his son Cole, Cole and I are really, really close. He lived with me in the summer, and he's sort of like a big brother to me. So, he's in the American League now, and I talk to him a lot just about hockey and whatnot. So, if anything, I learned from Cole more than anybody around. So Cole's going through it now. He's trying to make the NHL. He's grinding away. So me and Cole are really close. So I learned from him.
Now, you said you lived together. What was that like?
You know what? We worked really hard this summer together. He had a tough year last year. It's his first year in pro, so he went through some adversity. We moved to Toronto area to get the best training possible. So every day, we're doing something to get better, and it's good to have a roommate sort of say going through it together. So it was nice for Cole to live with me.
That word adversity is so used when talking to junior players and trying, even NHL players or any player in hockey in general. Can you think off the top of your head maybe some of the things that you have seen him go through that maybe makes you a little bit more worried because you kind of want to follow in your cousin's footsteps?
I wouldn't say worried, but he goes from being a Memorial Cup champion, MVP of the team who led Oshawa to the title, to going to Utica and being a bottom six player. So it's a huge difference. He played his 4 years in the Ontario Hockey League, and he was the go-to guy. And you go to the American League, and there's guys who are scoring goals, and you gotta start from the bottom again. So it's kind of a grind to go to somewhere new and be at the bottom of the totem pole again. So that's the only thing that I'd say that I'd be worried about. But he's doing well.
And you guys, second half of the season, you're in the grunt of it at this point, and you've had a tough schedule. It has been tough, and the next, I think, 16 of 22 games are at home, and it's no secret that it's been hard for you guys at home. What are some of the things as captain that you've been discussing with your team in the locker room to keep the motivation?
Yeah, it's been tough. I'll say that 100 times, but it's no excuse. Every game's a new game. Every day is a new day. So no matter who you're playing, you got to come ready to win, and we're not doing that right now. Times are tough right now, so we just got to work hard and stick together. So we got a game tomorrow. It starts then to turn us around and go on a run. Like you said, we have 16 out of 22 games at home, and that's unreal. And too bad. Like, I wouldn't say too bad, but we have struggled at home a little bit. But that's going to change. We're going to find it.
All right. Well, thank you so much,
Right.
and I know everybody wishes you best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.